Hey guys, it's Miss Avery, and today we're going to be talking about solar eclipses. Let's get into the types of solar eclipses. So there are partial, annular, and total solar eclipses. Annular is the one that we're going to be focusing on because that's the one that's coming up very, very soon. You're probably wondering what makes it different, right? Why is an annular solar eclipse so much cooler than the other ones? So an annular solar eclipse happens when the moon passes between the sun and the earth, but when it is at or near its farthest point from earth. Because the moon is farther away from earth, it appears smaller than the sun and does not completely cover it. Now, when I say that the moon is farthest away, that means in its orbit, it's not as close as it can be. Its orbit is not a perfect circle around Earth. It actually is at a bit of an oval, also known as an ellipse. We're going to be seeing the moon during the eclipse at its apogee right over here to the right. Apogee is the farthest point away from the Earth that the moon can be during its orbit. Let's get into the phases of eclipses, right? Phases of a solar eclipse. We're going to start with our first contact. This is super important. It's when the edge of the moon starts to overlap the edge of the sun and the eclipse begins. It'll look just like this. Next, get into the second. It is our second contact. The moon covers the entire disk of the sun and the total eclipse begins. It'll start to look just like this, basically covered, but still a little bit of the sun is peeking out behind it. Next, we have our final one, which is totality, max phase of a total solar eclipse. The sun is completely covered here. This is usually the part of an eclipse where you can take off your protective eyewear to look at it, but because we'll be having an annular solar eclipse, we will not be able to do this because it's not safe and it's not completely covered. Let's get into, though, our protective eyewear for an eclipse, right? So if you look over at this chart at the left, we see not safe are normal sunglasses. These will not protect your eyes at all, guys. Make sure that you're going for something that is a specially designed solar eclipse eyewear product. That's what you see right there in the second box, the safe option. I know the Challenger Learning Center is going to have some of these if you need some, but I know there's a ton online as well. Also not safe is looking through any sort of lens without a filter over it. That's your camera, photo, binoculars, telescope. Still not safe, still not protecting your eyes from the sun. It's good to get something where you have a filter that goes over this lens so it's still safe for you to look at it and maybe take some cool pics if you want. Awesome. I'm glad we can talk about eclipses and the solar eclipse and get you guys some info on the one coming up. I do want to let you know that the Challenger Learning Center will be having something here on October 14th, 2023, 9 a.m. So you can be having and viewing the solar eclipse here from the center. We will be having our Saturday program. Really, really awesome. Check it out online, and I can't wait to see you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. Bye.